Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to see how to form questions in English. Let's get into the video. You probably know how to make sentence. That means we know writing answers. But do you know how to frame a question? It is also necessary to learn how to frame a question so that it becomes easier to answer any question. Framing question is actually framing an interrogative sentence. So here we are going to discuss the structure, use and examples of interrogative sentence. How many types of question are there? There can be two types of question, yes or no question and WH question. For example, yes or no. Do you play cricket? For WH, what do you play? So, if there is answer, that is yes or no question. So, answer to be said means it is WH question. Let's see in detail. Formation of questions, basic rules. Auxiliary verb before subject. In a question, the auxiliary verb comes before the subject. Note that if there are two auxiliary verbs, only the first comes before the subject. Study the examples given below. He is working in the garage. This is statement. So we have to change. How to make a question? Is he working in the garage? This is the question. So you have to change 1 2 into 2 1 form. The inversion method for forming English questions. The trick is to form a basic sentence, then invert the word order to create a question. Here's a very basic example. For sentence, it is windy today. So question, is it windy today? That is 1 2 should be changed into 2 1. This is called yes or no question. That is inversion method. This is the formula we will be using throughout the post. We will show you how it's done depending on the type of question you need. How to frame yes or no questions. You know that an assertive sentence is formed as subject plus auxiliary verb plus main verb plus object. That is, she is playing chess. While a yes or no question is formed as auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb plus object question mark. Is she playing chess? Here you can see that the word order is changed. For assertive sentence, subject plus auxiliary verb. For yes or no question, inversion, that is auxiliary verb plus subject. Let's see examples. I am I. We are we, are you. She is, he is, it is she, is he, is it. Like that we have to change. Let's see more examples. Do you take any pills? Does Miss John have children? Didn't you know about it? Should I give the fort now? Can you feel this? Has he seen a specialist? Have you taken this before? Are you ready now? So this one we know. But how will you use do, does, did in a sentence? Let's see examples for that and the rules. You have seen no auxiliary verb in the assertive sentence. Then, how will you frame a question of this tense? Well, you have to put a do or does at the beginning to make it a question. Use does with a third person singular number, else use do. That is, if there is verb, use do. If there is verb plus s form, use does. If there is past tense of the verb, use did. Okay? Let's see example. Look at the sentence. I play cricket. Here play is the verb. That is, we have to use do. Do I play cricket? Next example. She plays cricket. So plays is V plus S form. So does. We have to use does. Does she play cricket? Remember, when you put a does, don't intend to add s or es to the main verb. You have to remove yes to the main verb. That is, you have to write only play and not plays. When it is past tense, use did. Let's get into WH question, which is used for asking information. So WH questions begin with what, when, where, who, whom, which, whose, why and how. The W in WH question stands for what, when, where, who, whom, which, whose, why, whereas the H stands for how. Let's see the meanings for these words, that is WH words. What என்ன, why ஏன், when எப்பொழுது, how எப்படி, who யார், whom யாருக்கு யாரை, whose யாருடைய, where எங்கே, which எந்த, எது எவை. Don't worry, I'm going to teach you a simple formula that works for asking question in almost all the verb tenses. This formula is called QASM. That is QU means question word, A auxiliary verb, S subject and M main verb. When we are asking for information, we begin a question with the WH question word. That means who, what, when, where, why or how. Less common WH words include whom, which, how many, how much, how long, etc. When we just need a yes or no answer, we omit the question word and begin directly with the helping verb. But when we need a WH question, we begin with the WH word. Now let's see one by one in detail. What questions? That is asking about a thing. What is your name? What is this? What is your favorite color? What do you do? That is WH word plus auxiliary verb plus subject. Next one is when questions. Asking about the time of an event or activity. That is, it represents the time. When did he leave? When can I see you again? When does Tom arrive? When do you wake up every day? That is, when you use do, does, did, you have to use only the main verbs. Let's see the next one. Where questions. That is, it helps to ask about a place. Where do you live? Where were the keys? Where can I obtain the book? Where did you learn to cook? So here where asking about the place. Who questions. Asking about a person. Act as the subject of the sentence. Who is at the door? Who is this? Who locked the door? Who do you work for? So this who acts as the subject, and after the auxiliary verbs comes the object, not the subject. Whom questions. Asking about a person. That is, it acts as the object of the sentence. Whom did you see? Whom is he dating? Whom would you suggest for the job? Whom did they invite? So, whom is asking about a person. Which questions? Asking about an option or choice. Which color do you want? Which author do you enjoy? Which book are you looking for? Which is the largest city in the world? So, which asking about an option or choice. If you want to ask about a choice, you can use which. Next is whose questions, asking about ownership. That is belongs to. Whose meanings is belongs to. Whose turn is it to deal? Whose keys are on the kitchen counter? Whose book is on the table? Whose idea is it? So whose represents the ownership. Next is why question, that is asking for a reason. Why do you say that? Why did Alex leave? Why are they always late? Why do you dislike him so much? So, if you want a reason from the person, you can use why. Why did you do that? Like that, you can ask. Next is how questions. Asking about a procedure or method, you can use how question. How does this work? How was your exam? How can I help you? So if you need about know about the procedure or method, you can use how. Next is how many. Asking about a number. When you need to ask about the number, you can use how many. How many cars are there? How many people live in this city? So, how many represents the number. When you ask about the number, you can use how many. Next is how much. Asking about an amount or price, you can use how much. That is, how much money do you have? How much did you pay for the tickets? So, how much represents about the amount or price. Next is how long. Asking about a length of time or size. How long will you be in Japan? How long have you been married? So it represents the time and size. Use how long. Next is how far. Asking about a distance. How far does the road continue? How far is it to Shinjuku? Like that, if we want to ask about the distance, we can use how far. The next one is how often, asking about the frequency. That is, adverbs of frequency tell us how often something takes place or happens. How often do you use the bus? How often do you go to church? So, how often, asking about the frequency. That is, the format is question word, helping verb, then subject, then main verb, then usually the base form only we have to write, then the rest of the sentence. What do you want for dinner? What is the question word? Do is the helping verb. You is the subject. Want is the main verb. For dinner is the rest of the sentence. Let's see more examples. What do you want for dinner? What meds has the MD prescribed? Where does the ER keep bandages? When can I take a break? When did the pain start? How do you feel this morning? How much do you lose weight? How often should I take this? How long have you had this cough? Thanks for listening. Kindly subscribe my channel if you're not subscribed. Thank you.